Megan, might I have a word with you?
Save me a seat, okay? Okay.
It began with a brilliant disguise.
Control, I'm en route to Sanji's classroom.
But what seemed like the perfect abduction
Control, shut down, stop all vehicles.
The FBI are on the lookout for this man.
was only the first step toward the perfect crime.
Time to get back to work, Dr. Cross.
Parker, action! Hey!
I've always been a fan of these kind of detective mysteries, plots that you, as an audience, get to help solve, you know.
Sanji's going after someone else.
Right. Now who?
It's very smart. It's a mind game between the two of them.
What's the message?
I'm ruthless. I'm methodical. I'm in control.
I think it's engaging for the audience to watch someone like Morgan being run through the hoops like that.
Do you really think you can profile me?
It's psychological and it's suspenseful. It's an interesting combination, I think.
I see no standard procedure in anything he's done.
There's a lot of mystery, and it's like peeling an onion when you start trying to solve the plot.
This is my game, and it's far from over.
Morgan Freeman stars as Detective Alex Cross in the suspense thriller Along Came a Spider, based on the best-selling novel by James Patterson.
Sanji?
Detective Cross, you're gonna bring me 10 million in diamonds. If the stones are rigged, laser tagged, irradiated, the girl dies.
Good, cut it.
Directed by Lee Tamahori, the film co-stars Monica Potter, Penelope Ann Miller, Michael Moriarty, Dylan Baker, and Michael Wincott.
Here we go, pictures up, ready?
Freeman originated the role of Dr. Cross in the hit film Kiss the Girls.
Dr. Alex Cross is not just a policeman. He's a well-trained, well-educated writer, but his particular area of strength is he's a mind hunter. The thing he gets the most kick out of is delving into the minds of people he gets involved with.
Because of how intelligent he is and his background, he does profiling. And because he has a gut for it, he's become pretty well connected with the FBI, and they really respect his head.
Alex has become an expert in forensics matters and has written a few books about it, and has been very good at getting into the minds of serial killers and kidnappers in terms of finding what they're after and how they operate and anticipating where they might go next.
In conceiving the crime at the center of this story, author Patterson was inspired by an infamous case from the past.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been fascinated by the Lindbergh kidnapping, and even more so by the way it has held the imagination of the American people for a long, long time. And in Along Came a Spider, I created a villain who was also fascinated with the kidnapping, but wanted to top it, to do something more provocative, more outrageous, and he does it.
The story begins with a kidnapping, the first step in an elaborate plan to pull off the crime of the century. The location is an exclusive school attended by the children of diplomats.
Control, check in Strudabov and Rose.
Check.
Jezzy.
Hey, Megan.
The character I play is Jezzy Flanagan, and she's a Secret Service agent. She's in charge of taking care of this little girl, Megan Rose. She's a senator's daughter. And something happens where she's abducted by one of the teachers.
The FBI and police are on the lookout for this man, Gary Sonji.
As a massive manhunt to locate the kidnapper begins, Cross receives a mysterious phone call.
Yeah.
You tuned into me, Dr. Cross?
Gary Sanji.
Alex is challenged by the perpetrator of the crime. The guy talks to Alex, and Alex talks back. They develop a dialogue.
I've been planning for a long, long time to involve you in the fate of our little Miss Muffet. Megan. Do you have trouble saying her name?
Dr. Alex Cross, special agent in charge.
Oliver MacArthur.
How do you do, sir?
Forensics.
I play the special agent in charge of the investigation into the kidnapping, and Alex Cross is sort of thrust upon me as the wild card in the investigation.
Against the wishes of the FBI, the girl's parents encourage Cross's involvement in the case.
I have this incredible faith in him and feel and believe that this guy is going to find out who kidnapped our daughter.
This man has no interest in your daughter.
Sonji wishes Megan no harm.
She's merely a means to an end.
Only mark.
In playing Cross, three-time Oscar nominee Freeman brings his distinctive qualities to the role.
When you bring Morgan Freeman into a movie, it raises the level of the movie all around. And this is my fourth film with him. So it was Driving Miss Daisy, Kiss the Girls, Deep Impact, now Along Came a Spider. Whatever Morgan Freeman does, he's brought elegance.
You just look in his eyes and you're just transfixed, and there's so much going on there. It's you're sort of riveted. There's depth and there's integrity, there's instinct, there's compassion.
He's a hero. He is a hero, and people love that. You know, they love the fact that they can depend on him to save the day.
And cut it!
For Freeman, the most interesting aspect of the Cross character is his method of profiling criminals.
It's kind of fun to play because it's more cerebral than active.
Every face has two aspects. Now try looking at it down the middle, one side at a time. Would you say this man was confident?
Yeah.
Narcissistic?
With a certain amount of observation, he can give you a profile of a person's general character. I think with probably a little more study, can give you an in-depth profile of personalities.
As he uncovers more clues about the kidnapping, Cross finds he has truly met his match in Gary Sanji.
If you're really going to have a suspenseful movie, especially when you got a character as strong as Morgan, you have to have somebody opposite him who the audience feels this is a cool match. These guys got a tangle, and Gary Sinise is the baddest of the bad, the worst of the worst, the best bad guy.
He's one of those freaks of nature, I think. He's not just a criminal. His thrust is to become like a supervillain, someone that the world admires, gets away with it, you know.
1932. The infant son of Charles Lindbergh, America's greatest hero, was kidnapped.
I believe that Sanji wants to do the same thing.
You think we're dealing with a copycat?
Something like that.
Gary Sanji's he's just not a healthy individual, that's all. Like a lot of people who are criminally pathological, his obsession is dangerous to others.
I can tell you that Sanji is very determined, obviously highly capable, and we consider him a serious adversary.
Gary Sanji wants nothing except fame, and he knows that the only way that he's going to get that, or have somebody write a book about him, is through Alex Cross.
He's brought me in and left this trail because he wants me to make sure that he's properly appreciated.
In pursuing Sanji, Cross finds an ally in Flanagan, who has her own reasons for wanting the crime solved.
Controls shut down. Stop all vehicles. Lock on Sanji and Rose.
The kidnapping happened on her watch, so her thrust throughout the entire story is to kind of undo the mistake that she's made, that is, get her child back.
Shouldn't Agent Flanagan be in the room with us?
Not a good idea. Miss Flanagan is not welcome.
But she's a material witness.
She failed the Roses, and she failed the service. My character, at first, feels like she's somebody that I don't want anything to do with because she's failed in what she's tried to do. But Cross feels that she has great knowledge of the situation, so he keeps bringing her back in.
Which door did he go out?
That one there. It's a straight shot to his parking space.
Alex says, okay, you can be my partner because you know Gary Sanji better than anyone. So we joined forces, the two of us.
Jesse. It's him. It's him!
In preparing to play her role, Potter was trained in the use of firearms.
As far as the gun-toting thing, we had to go through the training, and this guy that used to be the head of a SWAT team, he was very hard on us. But I think I impressed him. I did something that he said he's never seen before. When I fire the gun, I don't blink. You know, he's like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Daisy, shoot the time!
But I like the action stuff. It's fun, and it's challenging.
Though the film showcases several action set pieces, some of the greatest tension is created in the dramatic interplay between Cross and Sanji.
The relationship between Alex and this person is up close and personal, and they get to know each other on another level.
He's actually more preoccupied with Alex Cross than anything else, and the idea of drawing him out. I think his obsession is with Morgan Freeman's character, and it's kind of a means.
That's the question we should have been asking right from the start. Why Megan? Senator Hank Rose is no Charles Lindbergh.
Well, okay, then who is?
Ah. There's the troublesome question. We find his inner sanctum, basically, and where he has masterminded the entire kidnapping, and you start to see the meticulous nature of this guy, that he's done anything he can to get this crime committed. He's been at this for years. Imagine the patience, the dedication.
You sound like an admirer.
Well, he's like a spider. And I happen to like spiders.
Detective Cross, I'm going to explain how the agenda has changed.
Unexpectedly, Sanji makes an excessive ransom demand and leads Cross on a cat-and-mouse chase to the drop site.
He made me ditch the car. Looks like it's a running game. I'm on my way to 6th and Pennsylvania.
Filming this complex sequence took several days of location shooting around various Washington landmarks.
I'm running all over Washington, D.C., and it's amazing. That's acting.
What we're doing down here essentially is a chase sequence where Morgan is run all over Washington, D.C. with a thermos carrying $12 million worth of diamonds.
Cross.
4 minutes, Union Station, main entrance.
Between the phone calls, he's given less and less time to achieve certain distances, which are greater and greater, and the obstacles. He's tested.
Cross.
12th and Madison. 12 minutes will get you there. Go.
And he goes from cell phone to phone booth, from pillar to post. And we've been in places like the Watergate Hotel. We were in Union Station. And we've staged traffic jams. I tied up 2 to 3 blocks in front of the National Portrait Gallery. And I gotta tell you, it was a sight to behold.
With time running out, Cross desperately searches for the final clues to solve the case, while Sanji keeps him guessing about his ultimate motives.
This is very interesting because there's a lot of twists and turns in the plot.
Whatever his motives, it's very unusual.
They'll be very surprised.
Sanjay has not committed the crime of the century yet.
You expect one thing, and the story gives you something else.
Who's a bigger fish than the Roses?
There are 2 others from the Senate, ambassadors, diplomats. Oh my God.
It's really, it's sort of sadistic, isn't it?
Look at this!
What have you done?
They did a great job with Kiss the Girls, and everything that I hear about Along Came a Spider is even better.
This is between me and you.
I'm very, very excited about seeing this.
I'm living proof that a mind is a terrible thing.